Yo guys, welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel where we bring in you the latest updates from the football transfer market. So let's get straight into the news. So first of all, we're going to talk about Angelo Stiller. So Angelo Stiller has a release clause active from this summer of around 40 million euros, but this all depends on what club decides to trigger it if they do so. For Bundesliga clubs, the clause is more, but for European clubs, it could be about 36 million euros for this summer. So let's wait and see if anybody decides to make a move and approach Stuttgart over triggering the release clause. But the club we're going to talk about with Angelo Stiller is Real Madrid. And Real Madrid currently only in talks over Nico Paz. So what can we say on Stiller? And Real Madrid really like Angelo Stiller. He's appreciated by people at the club and they are interested in him this summer. This is now confirmed by multiple reports. So let's wait and see. But as I've just said, there's currently no talks despite the interest from Real Madrid. But this could change. Who knows? They're trying to wrap up the Alvaro Carreras deal, which I'm expecting a done deal either in tomorrow's video, possibly. So let's wait and see. But Stiller would love to join Real Madrid. So if they were to proceed with a deal, Real Madrid, Stiller would be keen on the move this summer, as Xavi Alonso especially appreciates Angelo Stiller very highly after watching him in the Bundesliga this season. So we've talked about David Hanko before and Al Nassr, and an agreement is reached on personal terms between David Hanko and Al Nassr. Al Nassr are pushing for the deal early on, even before the summer transfer windows opened, because they know that other clubs are going to have interest in Europe. So they're moving quickly for David Hanko, and it's believed an agreement has been reached on personal terms. And now Al Nassr are opening talks with Feyenoord over a deal. From what I know, a potential cost could be around 40 million, this type of figure from Feyenoord. But Feyenoord fully expect David Hanko to leave this summer. And finally, because he's been linked with a move for quite a while, so David Hanko, Al Nassr, one to watch in the next week/days as a potential candidate to leave Europe this summer for Saudi. So then we know the absolute priority for Arsenal, and so the transfer window isn't even open yet, but despite that we haven't really spoke about Arsenal and this summer, so we know they're waiting for Martin Zubimendi to have his medical, which could be actually after the international break with Spain upcoming. So let's wait and see. But Martin Zubimendi is fully expected to join, despite him still getting linked with maybe a surprise move to Real Madrid. But Arsenal anyway, the priority is a new striker for this summer. We know they've been looking for one for the last year. We've been linked with many names, but the two top targets from what I can say is Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko. So first of all, on Gyökeres, and what can we say? So with Gyökeres, I'd say it's more on the backroom staff. So Andrea Berta, the new sporting director, etc., are the ones who really want Gyökeres at the club, because they tried to sign him at Atletico Madrid. Berta did, so that was one. But from what I know, Mikel Arteta believed to be preferred striker target is Benjamin Sesko. And some news from Fabrizio Romano yesterday is that Arsenal have started moving for the initial talks for Benjamin Sesko this summer. So talks have started. We've seen many figures around Sesko in the last few days of what his fee could be. From what I know, 92 million isn't what he will cost Benjamin Sesko this summer, but let's just wait and see how this one moves along for Arsenal and Sesko, but Benjamin Sesko will leave this summer, as will Xavi Simons. We know there's going to be a few exits at Leipzig, so Sesko will definitely leave, and let's wait and see if Arsenal try to advance on this one in the next weeks and days for Benjamin Sesko. Chelsea won the Europa Conference League on Wednesday then, and one man who scored is Jadon Sancho. And we currently know the situation with Sancho, which is he's on loan at Chelsea from Manchester United. Manchester United want to sell Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, like Marcus Rashford, like Anthony, has no way back at Manchester United. So what can we say? We know that Chelsea can break that 25 million buy option for 5 million. So he returns to Manchester United, and Jadon Sancho has got 1 year left on his deal at Manchester United. So Man United want to sell Sancho, as I've just said. But what can we say is that from what I know, Chelsea would actually like to keep Jadon Sancho after the initial loan at the Blues this season. And the key, though, for a deal to happen is that if they can agree on new contract terms. So Chelsea and Sancho's representatives are in talks. Talks have started. If Chelsea can bring Sancho's contract terms, wage, etc., into their wage structure, Jadon Sancho will become permanent Chelsea player, and Chelsea will trigger the £25 million buy option from Manchester United this summer. So let's wait and see. Talks have started, and this one, once again, could be one we're talking about in the next week, where potentially they can't do that and agree new contract terms with Jadon Sancho, but let's wait and see. So, as I said in a previous video, Liam Delap will make his decision soon, and he has made that decision, and that is Chelsea. And Liam Delap is set to join Chelsea on a permanent transfer from Chelsea, from Ipswich, this summer. So Liam Delap has been given permission to undergo medical tests, and the medical tests have been booked, and he will become official Chelsea player in the next few days, Liam Delap will, and Chelsea will trigger that £30 million release clause as the agreement is now in place. And over the last weeks, we know that Liam Delap was taking his time, having talks with clubs including Newcastle, Manchester United, also Everton. And Manchester United were very confident to get a deal done for Delap, but this has now changed because he will join Chelsea. And Liam Delap yesterday informed all the clubs on his decision to join Chelsea. We know Manchester City have the 30% sell-on clause for Liam Delap, so some of that 30 million will go to Manchester City. But Chelsea do sign the first player of this summer in Liam Delap, and Champions League football, but also talks with Enzo Maresca were key to getting a deal done for Liam Delap. So, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.